Hello there. Oh,
Hello.
hey, the lighting's not ideal, but we'll have to just live with it.
That's all right. Hey, Grace.
Hello.
Hey, we'll just wait for Morrison and Kat to join us, as well as any other people in the other session, and then we can begin. Right, Morrison's just on his way now, so if you guys want to start off, you can get going.
We're now drawing this year's conference to a close. We've heard from lots of talented undergraduate students who have all developed an interest in and a desire to study and learn about marginalised histories. Many thought-provoking questions have been posed by the discussions that we've had today. I know that I personally will definitely be leaving today inspired and curious about how we can continue to pose and aspire to answer these vital questions. This year's papers have covered a wide range of interesting themes in a sophisticated and insightful way. Our Health and Healing panel looked at individual cases, highlighting depths of medical and disability-related narratives, which are often overlooked by the traditional histories we usually absorb as consumers. Our Women's World panel considered the role of women and how they have had considerably large amounts of agency within different cultures and societies. Our Broken Identities and Healing Places panel explored the ways in which collective action or experience help to create community identity within marginalised groups. And our Sexuality, Defiance and Hope panel demonstrated various understandings of queer resistance, alternative gender identities, and more contemporary understandings of queer and gender identities across the world. All of the panels today explored the ways in which marginalised individuals have struggled against oppression to achieve personal and community agency. This resistance brought together these individuals to form collective groupings in which they developed their own sense of self and identity. Each of the panellists drew on unique sources to discover more about the history of these marginalised groups. By looking at artwork, magazines, military reports, and personal stories, as well as many other unique sources, the panellists have shown a light on important areas of marginalised histories which are worthy of further study. A focus onto these marginalised histories has brought these studies from the margins to the centre, which is, of course, the aim of this conference. Our keynote from the amazing Melissa Ono-George was a powerful exploration of how to ethically engage with the archive and challenge the violence of historical narratives, both past and contemporary. A recording of the talks in today's conference will be available at the end of March, and our journal with all of the papers, once they're completed, will be published in the summer. I would now like to pass over to Binal, who will give us some concluding thoughts and aspirations.
Thank you, Grace. So on behalf of the entire Margins to Centre team, we want to thank the panellists, the panel chairs, our keynote speaker, and all of the attendees for your important contributions and questions today. We also want to thank you for your cooperation over Zoom. We understand that there may have been some technical challenges today, so we are grateful for your patience through that. The quality and standard of work by the panelists today has been outstanding. The discussions that have taken place today have been informative and really important for the future of marginalised historical studies. The organisers gratefully acknowledge the support provided by the joint BME Events and Activities Scheme and administered by the Social History Society in partnership with Economic History Society, History UK, History of Education Society, History Workshop Journal, Royal Historical Society, Society for the Study of Labour History, and the Women's History Network. In the long run, we hope to highlight and extend on today's salient discussions to ensure that marginalised history is a field that continues to grow in terms of its dominance within the wider field. Furthermore, this conference has demonstrated the nuances within this area of study. Marginalised groups cannot be considered in isolation, as today's conference has demonstrated. Our vision for the future of this conference is to inspire undergraduates to enter academia and use their passion and intellect to have the confidence to make a lasting impact within the subdiscipline of marginalised history. We hope that today's conference has sparked an interest in you all, whether it be to improve your presentation skills or to pursue a further interest in a particular history that you learnt about today. We also hope to create a community that always strives for diversity and inclusion. The circulation of these important ideas into the wider hands of the public will also help in informing people about how attitudes towards race, gender, sexuality, and disability have been constructed, and how we can use the change and challenge traditional opinions. Acknowledging these histories will enable societies to be built on kindness and open-mindedness, indeed ones that champion difference. Important social movements of today, such as Black Lives Matter, can be contextualised historically through constant research into areas such as the Civil Rights Movement, not just on a general level, but shining light on more complex, multi-layered narratives that can add sophistication to these research areas. Finally, as a team, we want to say thank you to Rohin Alexander, who has been at the forefront of this conference today. He's ensured that everything has run smoothly, so thank you. Thank you so much for everyone who has attended and bought tickets. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to future conferences.
All right, thank you, Binal. I just want to say again, thank you to my amazing team. They have really done brilliantly today, running all the sessions and really helping out amazingly. So thank you all to you guys. Yeah, I think we've had a really, really brilliant day today. We've had some amazing talks, and I've really enjoyed every second of it. I can't believe I've been lucky enough to attend this conference twice now, once as a panelist myself and once as the organizer. I really hope that this has inspired some of you moving forward. I think to end on, we should revisit something that Dr. Ono-George said in her keynote speech. She said that the real key about reforming history isn't about what we do in the past, it's about what we do in the present, in the here and now, how we change the way that we study history, the way that we talk about history, and the way that we understand history. And I think, given that our history is so much of who we are, that's a brilliant way to decide how we want the future to look. Thank you very much, and thank you so much for coming to the conference. Goodbye.